everyone, welcome back to episode 2 of my crit series. Saturday the 3rd of June today, a few days after the first crit. I've had some time to rest and recover, and we're going at it again with another crit this evening, so I'm here to show you what I'm going to get up to. So like Wednesday, it's late start, 6 PM start tonight, so nice chilled out morning. I'm having some breakfast now, and then it's do a couple of hours on the bike just to open up the legs for this evening.
So I've been on the road for about an hour now. It's another lovely day for both riding and racing. It's about 23 degrees, so it'd be nice and cool for tonight. It's nice having some quiet roads. I mean, I've done an hour and only seen a couple of cars, so you sort of really appreciate the roads over here on days like today.
So, ride done. Very nice out there. Legs felt pretty good actually. Surprised after that race the other night because it's really hard for flat out for 2 hours. Yeah, so hopefully that's good for tonight. I'm now recovering. Got my protein shake, and then pretty much from now until I leave for the race, next couple of hours is just chilling out. I packed most of my stuff ready for the race last night, so I don't have to do much this afternoon, and it's not far of a drive today, so just chill out and eat for a few hours, get ready for tonight. So my post-ride meal, bit of protein and greens, 3 egg omelette and a salad. This is just to recover from the ride, and then I'll have my pre-race meal about 3.5 hours before the start.
So I've arrived at the race. Again, another short drive today. It was only about 35 minutes. And this race today is actually a bit special for me because I've done this race before. It was my second ever race in France, a good 4 years ago now. But it's nice to be back. It's pan flat. It's about 2.6k a lap, and we do 35 laps. So another 90 odd k race, which again isn't your normal UK style crit. So yeah, it's surprisingly hot actually. I got here, didn't realise it's like 25 degrees outside, so keeping cool is going to be important. But yeah, I've got about 2 hours until my race now. Get everything ready like I normally do, get a good warm up in, get the GoPro set up, and we'll see how it goes. So hopefully the GoPro footage will work today.
So managed to sort out the GoPro properly for this race compared to the other video, so I thought I'd give you more analysis. So this is a warm-up lap, that's going through the start straight. All the corners are right-handers, that's a sketchy one with a speed hump in it, and then we're on this long straight here, completely flat course again, and it's got a nice tailwind, so it was always good for attacks. And then the next corner coming up is kind of sketchy as well, off right-hander, off camber, and then goes straight into the small narrow road, and this is a slight gradient in it, only kick in the whole circuit really, didn't make much of a difference. A few swooping corners here, and then coming up to another right-hand corner, which was a dead one, and it was always a pain, and then onto the straight here, which was a cross tailwind, all the way to the finish. So start the race, got a good start towards the front. As always with the first few laps of these races, there's lots of attacks, and I knew that nothing was going to stick, so I wasn't too worried about chasing down moves and leaving some gaps, just to save some energy. And yeah, really it's all about hiding at the start. My plan for the first hour, I guess, was to hide, and then if a good move went with some strong riders, try and bridge across to them, but not be too panicking. As you can see, lots of moves are going here and getting pulled back, so it was really just hiding in the top 10, not trying to do as little work as possible while also having a good place and staying safe, and then waiting for the big moves to happen towards the end. As you can see, lots of these riders that are in the front here blew up towards the end just because of making too many moves, so I knew how important it was to save energy early on. So we're now about half an hour plus into the race. I knew this is where the big moves would go. Lots of people attacked, but they've been brought back. So I was again towards the front and keeping an eye on the big riders who were making moves. Obviously noticed it slowed down here a bit. Everyone was looking at each other, so I thought someone's going to attack, and yet this guy in the middle does. Ideally I should have followed that straight away, but I didn't. I looked around and waiting for a counter move. This looked like a strong group that got away there, and this guy countered here with a gold bike, and I went over the top, and I thought, this is it. This is my time now. I've got to chase onto this move if I want to get in the break, and that's what I did. I chased onto them. A few guys latched onto me, and this was the main break. To start off with, we worked really well. Everyone seemed to be working, everyone pulling turns, getting a big gap on the peloton, and it was looking promising, but things start to change in a couple of laps. So after a few laps of us working really well together, I started to notice that the group wasn't as fluid as it was. Riders were attacking instead of pulling turns on the front. We still had a decent gap, but it was a lot more negative riding instead of being sort of a pursuit to get away from the peloton. As you can see, riders are looking at each other when people attack, and I thought that if we kept doing this, at some point we'd get caught, and sure enough, that's what happened. So it's a few laps later, and you'll see a group on the right coming up here. They'd caught up with us and counted us, and it was back to square one, where we were all together as one bunch. This group ahead eventually got back. So second part of the race in the last hour, after I'd got in that break, I was pretty tired, so I made sure to sit up in the bunch, try and refuel and rest as much as possible. Saying that though, I ran out of water an hour into the race, so it was the legs were slowly dying after that, but I tried the best with what I could do. There was no one else at the race to help me, so I couldn't get any other bottles. So in terms of how the race played out, with like 7 laps to go, a rider attacked solo. A couple laps later, a guy bridged across to him, and they were the 2 first and second place, and then it came down to a bunch kick after that, and I just didn't have the legs in the end. Another good race though, good for the tactics, and I enjoyed it, so on to the next one.
So just finished the race. That was really hard. Again, as I thought, the heat played a big part. It was like 25 degrees and I had 2 bottles. So I drank both of them within like an hour 10 in, and there was like a good 50 minutes to an hour after that. So I really struggled that last part of the race with just not having the bottles, because it's just me here. Yeah, it was annoying. I tried getting bottles from people at the side of the road, but no one wanted to give them to me. I don't know how I didn't cramp, to be honest. Well, I cramped after the race, but like during it, towards the end. I struggled with this circuit a bit more than I did the last one. There was lots of dead turns, so the bigger sprinter guys would benefit from the constant high sprinting out of corners all the time, where it was different the other day. Still a good race, and I got in the early break, so that was good. Just, yeah, I wish I sort of had someone there to give me some bottles towards the end, but you know, that's it. That's how it goes, being here on your own. I got some good footage for the GoPro though, so that should be good. So hopefully I would have put that in before this. So that's it for this video, episode 2 of the Crit series. I hope you've been enjoying them. See you guys in the next one.
You got me down again.